It's 90 day the single life. I'm laughing because Papito is looking at me like, was looking at me like I'm crazy. My hair looks a little crazy. Anyways, so we're talking about season 1, episode 2. It starts off with Big Ed. He's about to ask Liz out, and of course it's awkward as always. And so he says to her, so, can we get to know each other? I was like, oh my God, this is, ay Dios mío, not a good situation. I honestly think that she just wants to be seen on TV. I can't lie and say that I wouldn't do that, just to kind of like get my face out there and maybe be able to do some other things. But yeah, so when they do the one-on-one with her, she's acting super excited, like, I'm just baffled that he wanted to ask me out. I never expected it. I was like, okay. So once she does agree, his friend, ay papito lindo, deja. No. You get over there and sit down. My dog. Anyways. So yeah, so when the friend gets back, after he tells her like, yeah, she said yes, she's like all giddy, like, and like hugs him as if like she just agreed to marry him or something like that. Absolutely ridiculous. ¿Qué es lo que te dije? Deja eso. Déjalo. Óyeme. Deja. Tú eres un papao. Girl, honey, my dog. Anyway. So, anywho, here, next up, we got Fernanda. She's 22 years old. Quite young for a divorcee, however you say that. Yeah, so her friend Fidel painted her wedding dress, and made it a single woman dress. And actually, it's I was pretty impressed. It seemed to be quite creative. I liked it. I was feeling it. But yeah, in my opinion, I think that they both got married because they were both hot. He was like 30 and she was like, no, wait, I don't know. I think maybe he's 30 now, but either way. ¿Qué es lo que te dije? Deja eso, papito. Déjalo. Get over here and sit down. I'm going to pop your butt. Go sit down and leave that alone. Honey, he is trying to knock down my darn ring. Help it, Lord. Help it, Lord. So, anywho, what was I talking about? Yeah. He was like 30 and she was like 18 or something, like had just turned 18. It's a little questionable for me. But I think that he married her because she was hot, and she married him because he was hot and a business owner. Funny story, his business was in Lumberton, North Carolina. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Lumberton is itty bitty, and it's filled with beautiful people, lumpy Native Americans. So that was a shocker to me that they lived there, but whatever. Anywho, so she moved to Chicago, and she and her female roommate, who she lives with right now, for me, they look a little too close. I mean, she's smiling a little too hard for me in the morning, talking about something about, I don't even know, but they both just look a little too excited to be seeing each other. I want somebody to comment in the comment section if you notice that too. She's giving me a little bit of, hey girl, hey vibes. I'm just saying. Anywho, she ends up having a divorce party, which I think is pretty cool. She ends up inviting this guy, Robbie, which is an older guy from her gym. And I declare, they are just looking like they want to eat each other up at that party. I mean, to me, it looked pretty official. And she's just all googly-eyed and all like, the whole time. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I just think that she needs to be out here dating, having a good time, not trying to get too serious with anybody just yet. She's so young. It's time to have a good time. Have fun, girl. And, yeah. Oh, also, he seems rich. So I think she's got an eye for that, for the, business owners. It is what it is. Lord have mercy. Next up, we got Danielle. She's there eating in the restaurant with Muhammad. And she starts talking about like all the things that she's doing right now with her life. And, she's doing well and she's doing the school thing and like all this other stuff. And he's like, oh, I told you, you should have been doing that. I tried to tell you these things. I'm like, oh my God, classic, freaking classic. Men love to do that. They love to be like, oh yeah, remember when we were together? I told you to do that thing. Whatever. Next. Oh, Jesus. She still wants an apology from him. Why? Can anybody tell me why? What's that going to change? Is it going to make them get back together? Yeah, no. It's not going to happen. So she's blaming him for the fact that now you made it hard for me to trust men again. Oh, now I don't have trust in men. Oh, girl, please. Please. Can anybody trust a man? Anybody? Okay, that's what I thought. No, I'm kidding. Woo, but anyway, so then he gets to talking about how I never hurt anyone's feelings. I never did anything mean or wrong and this and that and the other. And she's like, well, no, she's not. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? And then he says, what about my feelings and I am a real person. I'm sorry. How is it that you're the victim now? When you chose to be with this woman that you knew good and dang well you didn't want to be with. Ooh, honey, I just cannot. I cannot. Although I will say, Muhammad, he's a little bit cute in a weird way. I mean, he's not my cup of tea, but he was cute. He was giving some eye contact that I was like, oh, he's cute. Again, not for me, but whatever. And it's weird because like the way that he looks at her, like smirking and stuff from time to time, it looks like he's flirting with her. So, yeah, we're all kind of like, what'd you come here for? What do you need? What do you want this time? Hello. The head show. Anyways, that means leave the show in Spanish, which means like, man, cut the stunts, please. Anywho, we move on to Molly. Lord have mercy. This goddamn Molly. First and foremost, what is she wearing in her little introduction? I swear I can see her underwear. And the color does look nice on her. And she is beautiful. And again, the pants, it's a no for me. So when we see her, she's like gearing up, putting on her little sexy clothing for Kelly. And, she's ready to get down and, do some things. Meanwhile, he's just like, we got to feed Buddha, like grabbing his stomach and stuff. And she's like, okay, daddy. So they go to eat. Then we cut to Colt. Lord have mercy. He's sitting there talking to his mom about a blind date. And, just talking about, he is so awkward when he talks. Every time he's talking and like, he says something awkward or something weird. I don't know. He always goes with his glasses. I just can't. I don't get it. Like, what is the attraction to him? Maybe it's for TV. I don't know. Anywho, he shows up at his blind date's home. And when he gets there, her name is Brittany. She's dressed like a stripper. Definitely looks like she's a stripper. Great body. Gorgeous teeth. I need to look into that. I mean, I like my teeth. But hers are gorgeous as well. But anyway. So, she's kind of like loud and a little bit weird. She's 47 and never married, no kids. So she shows him around her home, and she's talked about how like scorpions had gotten in the pool the night before. And then I was like, oh my God, I would never want to swim after that. I'd be like freaking like weirded out and like paranoid about that, but whatever. So then she takes him into the room where apparently she shoots porn. And, again, they had to have hired her for the show. Had to have. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, girl, bye. Come on now. But anyway, she invites him into the jacuzzi, and she just somehow has his size trunks so that he could choose the different, whatever color he wanted to go through. So you're telling me that a woman just has men's trunks, swim trunks, just sitting around in her house, different sizes? Anywho, he comes out gallivanting in these trunks, looking a hot, nasty mess, just like he did when he was in Brazil with Jess. Ugh, she was so weird and gross too, but whatever. So anyways, once they get into the jacuzzi, she just like totally jumps him, like she's on top of him, sticks out her tongue and like tries to like put it in his mouth, and he's just like, okay, well, looks like it's my time. Hey, thanks, had a great time, see you later. So then when he leaves, he's talking about how he, wished all this time he's been still thinking about Vanessa, and that's who he wished that he could have been with. So I don't understand that whole relationship and situation, but it is what it is. Molly. Back to Molly. She's driving her new boyfriend Kelly to dinner. And she's ready to get hot and bothered and ripping and wild and zipping and doing it, as Wendy would say. She's ready to zip and do. Clearly. And it's like, dang, slow down, girl. You let him come for you. Like, let him want you a little bit. Just a little bit. Then she starts asking him questions at dinner about, what happened in your past relationships. Why are you single? Because you're hot and this and this and this and this and that. And he's just like, okay, well, she's giving me the 5th degree. This is a lot. I'm not sure why she's asking me all these questions. It is what it is. And, she's asking him, why have you never been married? Why don't you have any kids? And I get that question because, he's got to be like 40. And the fact that he's never been married and doesn't have any kids as a man, yeah, that's definitely different. You know what I mean? So I could understand that. At any rate, she makes him feel very uncomfortable. Next up, we're back to Danielle. And what happens with Danielle? Well, what was the reason that Muhammad came to see her? Oh, it's because he said, I'm here for a friendship, not a green card. And then she says that she's still financially responsible for him if something were to happen, because of the whole like green card thing and whatnot. And that sucks. That would be the hardest thing for me to agree to do if I ever married somebody from another country, which is very possible that I could do that. God only knows. Anything is possible. So it is what it is. But anyway, she's still responsible for him financially if he does not have a job and can't pay his bills and stuff like that. Oh, Jesus. Whatever. But he seemed disappointed when she had told him that she's going on a girls' trip. I'm like, okay, so you gonna keep up the facade, huh? Like you care. But I think that's more like him trying to control her. Because some men are that way. They want to control you. Even if they don't want you, they don't want anybody else to have you. That kind of a thing. Yeah, he seems to be that type. But anyway, he claims that he just wants to be friends. And then she gets all choked up in her little one-on-one. Ay, Dios mío. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, I wish I could have had this, known this Muhammad when we were together. And it's like, ay, Dios santo. You still want to be with him, girl. Call it what it is. You still want to be with him. God. Oh, it's just pitiful. Anywho, Fernanda. I'm really kind of like not into like Fernanda's like storyline, to be honest. But anyways, she goes to work out with her friends who own a gym or whatever, and they get to telling her that her ex-husband now lives in Chicago. He moved after he said that he was not going to move for her when they were married to Chicago, and in doing so, he, I guess, moved there supposedly for his new girlfriend or fiance or something like that. I tell you what, people move on so fast. It's pretty retarded and like disgusting, and like you can't be by yourself for 2 seconds. Ugh, people are so desperate. Anyways. Oh my God, I wrote that on board. Yeah. She gets worked up, and that's basically the end of that scene. So moving on to Big Ed. His mom is doing his hair. She puts it in a braid. And then, oh, but his mom's so sweet. I love her. She's like one of those like moms that everybody would want to have. So he tells her that I'm thinking of kissing her on the first day. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, Mom, I'm thinking about doing it. So yeah, good luck with that. Anywho, we're at the end of the episode, which is fantastic because at this point I'm totally over it. But next time we have Danielle with her friends getting made up and trying to meet a guy on the girls' trip. Girl, let me tell you something. This ain't nothing but some girls trying to get on TV using Danielle to get on television. Okay, let's be clear. That's what they're doing. But anywho, whatever. And then you have Brittany. She finds out that Justin has a baby. Oh, we hadn't even talked about Brittany this entire episode because she wasn't on it this episode. But, oh, Lord. Brittany's a cute girl, but she is just like so, I don't know. She just seems like she's just like desperate to be in love a little bit. And I get it. We've all been there. Fernanda's date. For me, I feel like, well, again, this is on the next episode. It looks like he's going to be somebody who's too busy for her. Like, she doesn't like that he's very busy with his business and all of that. And I get it. And it's hard to date a man who makes good money and or who is rich or who has their own business. Been there, done that. Good luck with that girl. And then Colt meets with Vanessa and gives her an ultimatum. Either you're my friend or you're my bae. So, yeah. Hey, that's all I have for today. I'm tired. I'm going to see y'all the next time. Papito, you going to tell them bye? Dile. Adios. Dile. Bye, guys. I'll see you next week.